Sea creatures have long fascinated humanity. After all, no one truly knows what hides in the ocean's depths. That's why we've gathered 12 of the most mysterious beings. 8 you've seen in our past videos, and 4 are brand new discoveries. Welcome to the world of sea legends. The first creature on our video is the Kraken, the sea monster that made sailors write their wills. This isn't just a big squid. This is a beast, big as an island. Eyes like windows, tentacles like cranes. The Kraken comes from Norse legends. Fishermen swore, if the water starts to foam, run. Because if you see it, you're already too late. It was so real to sailors, they marked it on maps. Here be monsters. Now here's the twist. Giant squids are real. First filmed in the 2000s. Before that, just scraps, scars, and fear. Today, the Kraken is everywhere. Pirates of the Caribbean, God of War, rum bottles, music videos. Because it still creeps us out, even unseen. Is it real? Maybe not. But the ocean covers 80% of Earth, and we know almost nothing about it. So maybe the Kraken was just waiting. Next on our list is Jörmungandr, a sea serpent so massive, legends say he wraps around the entire Earth and bites his own tail. Jörmungandr isn't just a monster, he's Loki's son, the brother of Hel and Fenrir. And he doesn't just sleep beneath the waves, he waits. Because when he rises, Ragnarok begins, the end of the world. According to Norse mythology, on the final day, he will face Thor, and they'll both die. Thor will kill the serpent, but only walk 9 steps before falling from the poison. Here's the twist. This myth didn't appear out of nowhere. Norwegians have long told stories of sea serpents, and even in the 1800s, Icelanders swore they saw something, a snake as long as a village. Today, Jörmungandr shows up in games from God of War to Assassin's Creed. But he's not just a snake, he's a force of destruction that can't be stopped. Does he really exist? Of course not. But the idea of something slowly wrapping around us while we're too busy to notice is terrifying in its own way. You've definitely heard of the next creature, the Megalodon, a shark up to 60 feet long. Its jaws could crush a car, and its teeth were the size of a grown man's palm. And if it were near you, you wouldn't hear a sound. They say it hunted whales, dolphins, and even other sharks. That nothing in the ocean could rival it. Fossilized teeth and vertebrae have been found all over the world, from Europe to Australia, most often near the coasts of the United States, Peru, and Japan. Some teeth are so well preserved, they almost look recent. That's why some wonder, what if it's still out there? Fun fact, the name Megalodon means giant tooth, and for good reason. A single tooth could reach 7 inches in length. Today, this creature has become a pop culture icon. It appears in movies, games, and mockumentary shows. Many still believe something massive and ancient might still be hiding in the deep. So, does the Megalodon really exist? Yes. This creature truly lived in the ocean. And maybe that's what makes it the scariest sea monster of all. Next up, Umibōzu, a giant that appears when the storm ends. But the silence becomes more terrifying than the storm itself. The name Umibōzu means sea monk. Japanese fishermen believed that if the sea suddenly went still and fog covered the horizon, Umibōzu was near. He rises from the ocean, enormous, faceless, often just a shadow. Some say he has arms, others say he's only a head. Either way, he sinks ships with a single gesture. Legend says if a sailor speaks to him, he asks for a bucket. If given a normal one, he floods the ship. The only way to survive is to hand him a bottomless bucket, confusing him long enough to escape. Folklore varies on his size. Some describe him as tall as a sail, others as big as a mountain. Today, Umibōzu appears in anime, horror manga, and video games. His presence always means one thing: silence with purpose. Does he really exist? Science says no. But when the sea goes quiet and the air stops moving, Japanese sailors remember one name: Umibōzu. Few talk about it, but coastal fishermen all know the name: Sea Eater. It arrives with no splash, no sound. It simply is. It's described as a massive, dark form with no clear shape, its smooth skin resembling that of a seal. It has no eyes, only a gaping mouth stretching across half its head. Some witnesses claim it's the size of a bus, or even larger. The first mentions of the sea eater came from coastal legends in Scandinavia and northern Canada. Fishermen told stories of boats vanishing in calm water. No waves, no splashes, just silence and an empty sea. The sea eater isn't said to attack in rage. It simply appears beneath the boat, and the boat is gone, as if the ocean itself decided not to return it. Today, sea eater is a rare figure in fan theories, internet forums, and indie videos. Almost no one has seen it. But those who claim they have never share the details. Does it exist? Not. But the ocean is vast, and in its depths there are places where even light doesn't reach. And if something lives there, it knows how to wait. The next creature is shrouded not only in lake mist, but in mysterious stories. It's Ogopogo, a legend from Canada, born in the depths of Lake Okanagan. It's described as a long, serpent-like being with smooth, dark skin, a small horse-like head, and a curved body like a sea serpent. Its length can reach up to 49 feet. The story of Ogopogo traces back to the mythology of the Sylex people. According to their beliefs, a spirit named Nha-Itk lived in the lake and demanded offerings to allow people safe passage across the lake. Over time, the tale evolved into the legend of a lake monster, later known as Ogopogo. The first official sighting came in the early 20th century. In 1926, a group of people claimed they saw a strange creature in the lake. Since then, dozens of eyewitness reports have emerged. Blurry photos, shaky videos, and mysterious stories. Interesting fact, Ogopogo is often called the Canadian Loch Ness Monster. In fact, there's even a statue of him in the city of Kelowna, a cute cartoon version that attracts many tourists. The next creature is one of the most mysterious. The bloop isn't just a sound recorded in 1997. For many, it's a signal from a giant sea monster hiding deep in the ocean's darkness. The sound was so powerful, it was picked up by sensors over 3,000 miles apart. Scientists initially couldn't explain it. It didn't resemble any known marine animal or man-made sound. Few people know that the coordinates of the sound are close to the rumored location of R'lyeh, the underwater city of Cthulhu in Lovecraft's mythos. This sparked theories. Could the bloop be something ancient and terrifying sleeping in the sea? Today, official science believes it was the sound of an ice quake, a glacier breaking underwater. But ufologists and cryptid hunters disagree. They believe it could have been the cry of a creature too large to imagine. Whether the bloop is a living being remains a mystery. But the way this sound ignited imaginations worldwide proves one thing: the ocean may hide more than we ever dared to dream. The next mythical creature, the Loch Ness Monster. Have you ever heard the stories about the mysterious creature that allegedly lives in Loch Ness, a lake in Scotland? Over the years, people have reported strange sightings associated with this mysterious creature. It is often called Nessie, a popular name for the monster. The first thing that stands out in descriptions is the creature's enormous size. According to numerous accounts, it could be up to 10 meters long, with a dark, leathery body and a long neck, resembling something between a dinosaur and a snake. Some have claimed it has a head resembling that of a snake or a crocodile, and there have even been reports of its fins. The first official mention of the Loch Ness Monster dates back to the year 565, when Saint Columba, an Irish monk, allegedly encountered a giant creature in a river flowing into the lake. In 1933, a widely known event was associated with a photograph taken on Loch Ness. This photo, called the Surgeon's Photo, became one of the most discussed images in history. Later, the photo was acknowledged as a hoax, but interest in the creature did not fade. Despite numerous investigations carried out around the lake, the Loch Ness Monster remains an unsolved mystery. Does it really exist? This question can be answered differently by each of us. But one thing we know for sure: the fascination with this mysterious creature never fades, and Loch Ness continues to attract mystery lovers and adventurers. Number 4 in our video is the Mermaid, or the Siren. Most of us remember the fairy tale version, a beautiful woman with a fishtail, singing on a rock and dreaming of love. But the original legends about mermaids are much darker. In ancient sea lore, especially in Norse and Celtic traditions, mermaids were terrifying creatures who lured sailors with their hypnotic singing. Their voices would lead ships off course, crash them on rocks, and make entire crews disappear. These beings were called sirens, They were often described as having sharp teeth, pale skin, long claws, and glowing eyes. Not many people know this, but in early folklore, sirens didn't have tails at all. They were often depicted as half-woman, half-bird creatures. Over time, this image merged with the sea maiden, creating the hybrid myth we know today. One of the most jaw-dropping creatures in this video is the Titanoboa. Imagine a snake the length of 2 buses. This prehistoric giant could grow up to 50 feet long and weigh over a ton. It lived around 60 million years ago, just after the dinosaurs went extinct. Its home? The tropical swamps of modern-day Colombia. And in those swamps, Titanoboa wasn't just a predator, it ruled the ecosystem. Scientists believe it hunted large fish, turtles, and maybe even young crocodiles. It didn't bite. It crushed, with enough strength to snap a spine like a twig. Fun fact, Titanoboa was only discovered in 2009, when its massive vertebrae were found in a coal mine. Some of them were as big as a human head. Today, you can see its reconstructed skeleton at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. And online, there are plenty of wild theories. What if it survived? So, does Titanoboa really exist? Yes. It's a real prehistoric animal that once ruled the swamps. And maybe the scariest part is, it could still be hiding in the Amazon. One of the most fascinating creatures in this video is Gran Maja. This massive sea monster only started showing up online a few years ago, but it's already the center of countless theories and internet legends. According to witness accounts and online art, Gran Maja is a colossal creature, about 2,200 feet long. It has a huge mouth full of razor-sharp teeth and 6 small white eyes placed along the sides of its massive head. People say it lives deep in the Arctic Ocean, hidden from humanity in the darkest depths. The first rumors started when mysterious underwater sounds were recorded in the Arctic. Some claimed it was just ice breaking, but others were convinced it was the voice of something no one could explain. One of the most famous stories involves a deep-sea expedition that supposedly caught the shadow of a giant shape moving past the camera. Does Gran Maja really exist? There's no scientific proof, but our fear of the unknown, of strange ocean sounds and shadows in the deep, makes this creature one of the most terrifying and believable mythical beings of the digital age. The final creature in our video is the Ningen. It seems to exist just to haunt our imagination. A massive white body, no face, long limbs. Ningen feels like it was born from nightmares set in Antarctica's icy void. The first stories came out of Japan in the 2000s, when fishermen claimed to see humanoid beings swimming beneath the ice. Since then, Ningen has become part of internet legends and forum lore. Descriptions say it's up to 98 feet long, pure white, human-shaped, but without a mouth, eyes, or expressions. Its story began with articles in Japanese paranormal magazines. Crews on research ships reported strange sightings, and one blurry photo supposedly showed the creature. That sparked a wave of videos, theories, and even fake documentaries. What's fascinating is the total lack of proof. No bodies, no DNA, no clear images. But that's exactly why it's so compelling. It's said to appear in Antarctic waters, a part of the planet still largely unexplored. So, does the Ningen really exist? Probably not. But as a myth, it breathes, spreads, and chills, which makes it more real than you'd expect.